Hi, this is Brent Ferguson, and I am here to show you my LTDE 5317 Innovative Learning Techniques unit. And this is overcoming objections. Mine is not going to be the traditional education, like grade level education that some of the folks in our course have built theirs on. But more mine is from a training perspective, considering the field that I've worked in for over 14 years, and sales, consulting, other avenues like that. As you can see, the different adaptive learning resources here are ones that I've actually started to utilize with my professional career to integrate into training with my staff and employees, and these are some of the ones that I came across. And then when we look at the sales training with adaptive strategies, this goes into more of sales development training that will be, for the basis of this main assignment, and then the learning objectives here are defined as well, along with the essential questions, and then the rationale for going through this unit. Ultimately, this all leads to training sales staff with overcoming objections. For the simulation that I wanted to do for this part of the course goes into an individual admissions consultant scenario with different scenarios that they have to go through and they have to overcome. This will include interactive elements as part of this process. They'll have different learning paths that they have to go through. There will be feedback that's given both from the simulation, but also as a whole with the class, that sort of thing, and the other consultants that are there. And then the reflection piece of this is also very important because the entire team will be able to reflect on how everyone did in the simulation. As it says here in this last paragraph, the ultimate goal of this simulation is to give not only the consultant doing it a way to learn about what to do, what not to do, but also a record of situations and scenarios that is recorded for current and future consultants. In other words, not only will the simulation, everything that builds up to this, benefit the consultant who was doing the simulation, but because of it being recorded and because of the interactions and other avenues that are going to be used in future training, this is going to benefit new consultants who we hire down the road to help speed up their training process, especially when it comes to overcoming objections, which is a big part of this job. And then one of the other parts of this to make it a little bit fun with the gamification, overcoming objectives quiz. If you click on the image here, it does take you to the Canva. And just to give you a brief overview of this, did try to make this as fun as possible. Looking at giving them the correct answers, and then ultimately at the end of everything we come back to discussion about why they selected different answers, why they do think this is the right answer versus what the right answer actually is. So that is that. And then the rubric really here is to look over the quality of work. Did they show up? Did they submit and actually get assignments and the stuff, especially in the simulation? Were they able to stay focused? Problem solving is a huge part of this as well when it comes to overcoming objections. Focusing on the task, how well did they really take in the information and then apply it? Did they show up with a great attitude? Were they optimistic? Were they encouraging to others? Which leads to the next point, working with others. Because of the classroom group dynamic of discussion for part of the feedback piece is so important that not only are they able to work with others, but then they can provide contribution to that dynamic as well. So they will be graded on all of that. And honestly, for the resources for this, almost all of the resources used in this unit was either from my personal experience as a director for consulting with my 14 plus years of experience. And this is something I do daily in my professional career. So this was developed around that experience and the interactions with my staff. And this is actually something that once we move through and finalize everything, I'm going to actually try to use this in my next training module for new hires as they come through. So thank you for taking time to look at this. If you have any questions, please reach out.